So I'll be speaking just very briefly about the research design service, which Wendy set up wonderfully at the beginning, with the key message being, if anyone hasn't already and is thinking of putting an application together, please do contact your regional research design service. We're here to help you. And I'm speaking today as myself, the social care lead for RDS South East. But just want to acknowledge the contribution of two colleagues, Jörg Huber, who's my colleague here at South East, who's on holiday, so can't be with us, and also Martin Stevens, who some of you may know, is a colleague who we work with in London, who sadly passed away earlier in the year, but was very involved in putting these slides together and previous versions of this presentation. So the Research Design Service, for those of you who don't know, we're an NIHR funded and free advisory service. We're organised so that we cover the whole of England in different regions. So where you're based, where your institution is in England, that will give you knowledge of which of the regional RDSs you need to reach out to. And we support a whole range of different people coming from different backgrounds who are wanting to put together applications for funding for health and social care research. So it is, of course, academics and people working in universities and higher education institutions, but also health and social care professionals and others interested in putting research together. What do we do? So we offer a whole range of support right from the beginning of starting out of putting an application together, through the whole process of writing it through to submission. And we, again, engage with a whole range of different people, people who are very familiar with research, who've put together applications before, those who are coming perhaps for the very first time, who perhaps have an idea and something that they'd like to develop, but need the kind of help and support to actually go on that journey to put together a successful application. We also support people who are perhaps putting together applications for career development awards. And again, that may not be relevant here as we're looking at research for social care, but as Chris mentioned earlier, capacity building is a focus at the moment. So there are opportunities out there for those who perhaps want to move into social care research or are new to it and want to develop skills. And we offer a whole range of different kinds of support. So the name Research Design Service gives a hint of what we do. We're advising on research design, but that includes a whole range of things and broader than just methods, I think is the key thing. So the sorts of things that we can offer are helping to refine research questions, really to sharpen and hone thinking about aims and objectives. So you may have an idea of what you want to do, but how do you actually put that into a series of statements, which then give an idea very clearly of what you want to do and why, and that will then shape how you're going to go about doing the research. A large amount of what we do is advice on the design of studies and methods, but also helping to match up people who've got an idea and are putting an application together with the right kind of funding stream. So today we've focused on research for social care, but there are other funding streams, other funders, and often it's finding the right place for your particular project. And I could see some of the questions in the chat were around that. And that's often a key thing at the early stages, making sure you're going for the right funding stream. As Amanda talked about and gave a fantastic overview, we also offer support in public involvement. So please do contact your local RDS. There are various types of support available, and making sure that that involvement is there right from the beginning. And other sorts of advice are around helping to shape the idea, pitching it in the right way, both in a written word and also verbally as well for those who have to go to panels. And in terms of how we support social care researchers, I think that's really important to say that we offer across the range of health and social care research. But specifically for social care researchers, we offer events like this that focus on RfSC, but we also, across the different regions, have advisors whose specialist area is social care, and have quite considerable expertise in that, as well as advisors who bring expertise in different methods which are applicable to social care. So as Jenny was talking about her projects, I think was a good example of a qualitative project using quite creative methods. And again, we have people with those areas of expertise. So this gives a little bit of a flavour. We've highlighted social care research, but as many of you know and has been talked about, this is really diverse, different groups, different methods. So around that, within the RDS, we have people with quantitative research expertise, qualitative, coming from different perspectives, with a view on, for example, ethical issues, equality, diversity and inclusion, and PPI and impact as well. So we're giving really that holistic view of the project and feedback and advice on it. So what happens if you approach the RDS? So the thing you do is you go to your regional RDS website and you fill in a form saying that you'd like some support. You'll be assigned a dedicated advisor who will be your main contact, and you will work with that person as you put your project together one-to-one, and that will be tailored to really the kind of advice and support you're looking for. In that journey, it may be general advice that you're after, but you may want specialist input. For example, you might want some input from an economist, or looking at a particular methodology, or as we talked about, some support with PPI, and there may be some support there for a review of lay summary or linking you with PPI advisors. And also we can help support signpost you to others who may be able to help. So there are various other organisations funded by NIHR who are able to support people putting applications together. And one of the comments talked about the CRN, so that's one of the connecting links that we can offer. So we've actually got a slide here. So to answer the person who asked the question around CRNs do support social care research as well. And it's good for you if you're putting an application together to contact them early, to talk with them around what kind of support that they can offer. And again, working alongside with RDS advisors, the CRN should be able to help and to guide you through the process. So I think the key message to take away is if you've not already contacted the RDS, then please do. We'd be very happy to work with you in putting your application together. And thank you, and opening that up for any questions.
Brilliant, thank you very much, Stacey, that was great. So we've got a little bit of time left. We've got 5 minutes left. I think looking through the chat, I think all the questions that were in there have been answered. If anybody's got a question now that they want to ask in person, put your hand up. But in the meantime, I'll just blather on a little bit and say Anya's going to put in the chat a link for an evaluation form. So please fill that in because we like the feedback. Mainly to improve our any future events that we have. Also, yes, as Stacey said, contact your local RDS for general advice, and the earlier the better. So do it today if you've got an idea. And then also, if you've got any questions specifically about the